And now to national politics and the 2014 midterms, where the big story today is coming out of Kansas. Democrats now have a chance to unseat a Republican incumbent in a deep red state after Kansas Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Democrat in the race who wanted his name off the ballot. That ruling leaves it a two-way race between Republican Senator Pat Roberts and a popular independent candidate named Greg Orman. Polls show Orman has a solid chance to beat Roberts, but only in a race where the anti-Republican vote isn't split. Of course, now that they have their wish, national Democrats are faced with a big question. How do you publicly support a candidate whose chief feature for many Kansas is that he's not a Democrat? And for more on Kansas and the other Senate races, Angela Rye, a political strategist with Impact Strategies. Angela, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jonathan.
So, let me play you something Harry Reid said earlier this week about the odds of losing his Senate majority. Take a listen.
The election were today, we would be just fine. I just think any talk about Republicans taking control of the Senate is really premature and not based upon fact.
So, Angela, does Harry Reid have any reason for such confidence, or is this just bravado?
Of course he has confidence, or has reason for confidence, Jonathan. We know that polls change with the wind. And so what we've seen progressively over the last few weeks is even Nate Silver, who knows all things, you know, which way is the wind going to blow, he said that it was, I think, at 64%, and now it's slightly over 50-something% for Republicans to have an advantage. And I think that it's important for us to note it is still just September. It's nowhere near Election Day yet. A lot can happen. We've seen this happen time and time again, and we also see surprises quite often, Jonathan.
I want to say right now, joining us now is Jason Johnson, professor of political science at Hiram College. He's also politics editor for The Source. Jason, let me show you this poll, and it was conducted earlier this week by Fox, and it found that Greg Orman is ahead of Senator Roberts by 6 points in a two-way race. So how nervous is the GOP right now, and how do Democrats take advantage of this?
The GOP is extremely nervous right now, Jonathan. They're about to take a gut punch in Kansas, of all places. It looks like they've got a good chance of losing the governorship. It looks like they've got a good chance of losing their Senate seat. I think the best thing the Democrats can do right now is stay quiet and let these races stay local. The moment anyone starts crowing on Washington, D.C., that's when this election becomes a problem. When Democrats focus on local issues, they win Senate races. If it becomes a national referendum on Obama or Washington, D.C., Democrats are going to lose the Senate.
Angela, let me show everyone two charts. So the first chart is the current Senate math. The GOP needs a net pickup of 6 seats for the majority: Montana, West Virginia, South Dakota. They're the most likely to turn Republican. The second chart shows the states that are up for grabs: Iowa, Colorado, Alaska, Arkansas, Louisiana, North Carolina, Kansas, Georgia. Which of those are the most likely to flip, Andrea? And can the GOP grab at least 3 of them?
I think the GOP can grab at least 3 seats. I don't think that they're going to take control of the Senate. In terms of the seats that are up for grabs, I don't know. Again, this changes so much, and I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. You know what my business is, Jonathan, so I'm not doing that today.
So, Jason, Gallup has, and we're running out of time. Wait, Jason, I have to ask you a question, because the Gallup poll has President Obama's approval rating at 42%, and obviously he's dragging down his party. But have Republicans successfully nationalized this race to take advantage of the president's poor polling?
No, and in fact, Republicans keep making these races local. You've got Kansas, you've got Colorado, you've got Georgia right now, where you're getting into these battles about voter turnout and registration. And the moment people start focusing on what's happening on the ground, the moment they hear these Secretary of States trying to prevent single women and African Americans from voting, it makes it a local race, and that ends up helping Democrats. Obama, 6 weeks ago, it looked like he was going to be an anchor on everyone's leg. Right now, he doesn't seem to be much of an issue in a lot of these toss-up states.
And as we know, with polling, that's right now. Angela Rye and Jason Johnson, thank you both very much for being here.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
New Jersey Governor Chris